Where there's a will, there's a way. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned in 2020. 2020 was a weird year for everybody. The gyms were shut down. Everything was shut down. There was nothing to do, you know? But I got in some of the best shape of my life in 2020 with no gym, just at the park. And it showed me that where there's a will, there's a way. The idea of training by yourself and training on your own was something that in 2020 I really embraced, you know? I hung out with some of my friends and we went to the park and we worked out. But it just showed me that your body is a gym. You know, so in martial arts, a lot of times in martial arts, we're not using something external. You're using your body versus another person's body. You know, you're doing drills, you're running, you're hitting the bag, things like that. But during 2020, when all the gyms were shut down, there was nothing to do. You know, I started becoming more creative with my workouts. And I started doing things like, for example, a cartwheeling for 2-minute bursts, 1 minute rest, cartwheel again, 2-minute bursts, 1 minute rest, go do 100 push-ups into a plank, cartwheel, 2 minutes, go for a sprint, cartwheel, shadow box. Mixing these things up, I got an incredible workout and I got in really good shape. I got really coordinated with no gym, with no any person, just myself being creative in the sun, exploring my body. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know, it sounds a little crazy, exploring my body, you know, but something as simple as, you know, when you're a kid, you would do cartwheels naturally. You know, I like to go to the extreme. So for me, I'm sitting there thinking like, I want to work out today. I want to do something different. You know what? Let me do 10 rounds of cartwheels, 2 minutes, and see what the effects are. The effects were an incredible upper body workout through the core, the shoulders, the back, and coordination. You know, it was an incredible workout, you know, and it's something that I still do to this day. And when that combined with the push-ups, it just created a different feeling, far different than like hitting the bench, or far different than hitting some dumbbells. You know, with the dumbbells, you can get crazy as well. I got very creative with the dumbbells during 2020, and I'm going to get into that later in another video. So make sure you subscribe if you're not. I'm going to show you all different types of ways to get in shape. You know, ways that are definitely different, you know. And through all my years of training, and I've done so many different types of training, and I've truly loved fitness and martial arts. I like to just do things that are different. So, for example, in 2020, I was running a lot as well, you know, a lot like marathons, just on my own, just running marathons, you know. So I think to get in the best shape possible, you don't really need weights. Weights are cool. They're like a bonus. But I truly believe that just with yourself, just with your able body, even if you're not an able body, you can still do different things. But with a fully able body, no gym, and just a park or just a plane of open space, you can get an incredible workout day in and day out and get yourself in really good shape. And this is what I mean by that. You know, you can do like 5 rounds shadow boxing, hard. You know, a lot of times people shadow box, they like to just mess around. Like, no, I'm talking like, like throw hard. You know what I'm saying? Throwing hard, you're breathing like as if you were truly fighting somebody. That same feeling. All right. You rest 1 minute. Okay. You do that for 5 rounds. Now you get into your conditioning. Now you go run 2 miles. Go run 2 miles at a good pace. Push yourself. You know, when it starts getting hard, think about why you're doing it. And there's multiple reasons for why someone could be training hard. You could be training hard because you're fighting for your health. You could be training hard because you want to actually fight. You could be training hard because you want to have a hot girlfriend. You could be training hard for your mental health. All different types of reasons. But whatever that reason is, when it starts getting hard, focus on that reason. And then that way in life, when things start getting hard, you can you can always come back to what your reasonings are, and you can focus on it, and it's going to help you pull through that situation. So you go on that 2 mile run, you're going hard. right? Once that 2-mile run is over, now you go down 100 push-ups, rest, cartwheel, 2 minutes, rest, bear crawl, 1 minute, rest, and you do that like 3 times, and it'll be one of the best workouts you've ever had in your life. And you didn't need a gym, you didn't need to pay anybody, you didn't need to do shit, you know what I'm saying? Other than show up and have a good attitude and want to get the workout in. So I'm going to be showing you guys more of these types of things, to where you can get really, really good workouts and feel really good. And there's also, besides getting in shape, there's also another component to it that I love. I believe when you work out like this, and when you're being self-reliant, and, whether it's your martial arts training, training on your own half the time, or your fitness training, or your running, whatever, there's something that happens where you become self-reliant, so you gain more confidence, because you know that nobody had to push you to get up and do that hard workout. It's great to have a coach. It's great to have motivation. It's great to have a team, helping you and pushing you, but also you need to cultivate that inner drive to get up and go after it and kill it. You know what I'm saying? I always like to go back to the caveman. The caveman didn't have to have somebody be like, hey, go do it. No, he's hungry. He's going to go kill that, whatever, woolly mammoth, and eat and feed his family. And maybe his kids would be like, hey, we're hungry, whatever. But the caveman, his leg might be broken. He might be sick. No off days. He needs to struggle to survive, and in this modern day, we're so lucky because we don't have to necessarily, actually, we all have to struggle to survive, but it's in a different way. But I'm going on a tangent. Working out by yourself, you don't need anything other than an able body and motivation and drive, and cultivating that inner discipline and that inner power, because that inner power is the true power. If you get out of shape, that inner power you have will always help you get back into shape. You can make millions of dollars, lose it all. That inner focus, that inner drive is going to help you rise up again. So that's something I truly believe. And I believe that, cultivating this ability and this, power is probably one of the most valuable things in life. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Much love. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.